Good morning, friends. Welcome to our Godly Play classroom. If we look over here at our church calendar, you can see that we are just finishing up those green and growing days. In fact, we have 4 Sundays left. There was once someone who told everyone what it was like to be part of the family of God. People followed him, but they were not sure who he was. So one day they asked Jesus, "Who are you really?" And Jesus said, "I am the light." And that light is with us now as we get ready for our story. I hope you'll join me in getting ready. So find some place comfortable to sit. Maybe curl up with a blanket or your favorite stuffed animal. We'll get ready for a really wonderful story today. Now, prophets are people who come so close to God, and God comes so close to them, that they can lead people in the best ways to live. They listen for what God is telling them to do, and then they go and do it. There was a prophet named Jonah. The word of the Lord came to Jonah and said, "Get up, go to the great city of Nineveh, and tell the people there that I see what you're doing. I see your unhealthy ways of living, how you are hurting each other. You're full of selfishness and jealousy. And I want you to change, for these are not the best ways to live." But Jonah did not go towards Nineveh. Jonah turned and walked the other direction. Jonah found a ship. And he got on the ship and ran away. Now suddenly there was a great storm. The waves started crashing. The wind was blowing. The boat was being tossed and turned. The sailors were afraid. What was happening? This was an unnatural storm. The sailors took everything in the boat and threw it out into the water so that the boat would be light enough to stay up. But still, they were worried. What would happen? A prophet is someone who helps people discover the best thing to do. The sailors went to find Jonah. Do you know where Jonah was? He was down at the bottom of the boat, sleeping through the storm. The sailors woke him up, took him up to the top, and said, "Please, pray with us. Ask your God to help us." Jonah said nothing. The sailors were afraid. They thought that the gods were punishing them. Who was to blame? A prophet is someone who will speak for the God of love. But Jonah was still quiet. The sailors asked him, "Who do you believe in? Who do you pray to?" And Jonah said, "Well, my God is the God who created the water and the land and everything in it." And the sailors, when they heard that, they knew that Jonah was running from God. The waves were still crashing. The wind was blowing. And finally, Jonah said, "Throw me into the waters, and everything will be okay." The sailors did not want to, but they threw Jonah into the water. As soon as Jonah hit the water, the wind stopped. The waves were calm. Jonah started sinking and sinking and sinking. And then suddenly a big fish came and swallowed him up. Jonah had gone so far from God, and there he was in the belly of a great fish. He was there for 3 days and 3 nights. Finally, Jonah began to pray. There in the belly of the fish, Jonah came close to God. The fish came to the land and threw Jonah on the land. The word of the Lord came to Jonah for a second time and said, "Get up, go to Nineveh, and tell the people I've seen how they hurt each other, and I want to change their hearts." This time, Jonah went. When he reached Nineveh, he cried to the people, and he told the people that God saw their hearts. The people were full of sadness. They knew that they were not doing the right thing, and they were not living the best ways. The people asked God to forgive them, and they wanted God to show them how to change their lives. God healed the relationships between the people, and the whole city was transformed. Nineveh became a place of goodness. I wonder what happens next with Jonah. Is he happy that the people change their ways? I wonder if God calls him to go somewhere else next. I wonder what happens with the people of Nineveh. Do they tell their stories? Do they help other cities change? I wonder if you have a favorite part of this story. I wonder if you are in this story somewhere. I wonder what the most important part of this story is. I wonder if there's any part of it that we could take out and still have everything we need. Now it's time to change the light. As we change the light, we know that the light of Christ is with us, no matter where we are or what is going on in our lives.